Aging well is my favorite subject, and in today's video, we'll be sharing which swimsuit brands are perfect for your 50 plus body. We're gonna do a deep dive into swimsuits, so let's get started. The aim of this video is to make swimsuit shopping easy and possibly even fun. Wouldn't that be a miracle? We're going to start with the generalist brands, those that do a little bit of something for everyone well, and then we'll move on to the specialist brands. We'll look at plus sizes, bust support, tummy control, long torso, swimmers, and then a little fashion. And finally, at the end, we'll wrap up with beachwear accessories. Land's End does everything well. They do so many beautiful things to swimwear. And some of the criteria that they use is they love to provide regular sizing, plus sizing, a little bit of petite, a little bit of long torso. They do cup sizes regular all the way through triple D. And they also do some sizes that specialize in tummy control. I've chosen two beautiful swimsuits to share with you. Both are Tankinis. Do you know about the Tankini? I bet you do. A Tankini, in my opinion, is a must-have. It looks like a one-piece swimsuit, but it's actually a two-piece swimsuit. What's so wonderful about it, in my mind, is it's easy to go to the ladies' room. Instead of having to pull off your whole suit when it's wet and sticking to your body, you only need to have to worry about the little bottom half. Let's have a look at these two beauties. The first one, you might be surprised, I'm not really a print girl. Usually I go for a solid, but when I saw this blue and white Tankini at Land's End, I just thought it was adorable. Could it even be a swimsuit that Marilyn Monroe would have loved? I love the sweetheart neckline. I love that blue and white toile design. I think it's just so pretty. This shape is beautiful, very flattering, gorgeous ruching, giving you a waist. Comes in many sizes. The next Tankini I love is called a flutter, and it has a racer back, which I always think is very flattering. The flutter is particularly nice because it almost emulates a skirt in the front. Very flattering. The skirt ends at just the right place. I'm wearing black here, but it comes in oh so many colors. Land's End is just a great, reliable brand, been around for a very long time, and always people talk about their excellent customer service. It's a brand America should be proud of. If you're talking about clothing these days, or even homewares, it's really hard not to include Quince. It's very hard to beat print Quince on price. Affordability and quality is their tagline. They're a direct-to-customer brand. They've been around since about 2018 or so. They do an affordable range from extra small to double extra large. Some styles have a long torso. They have some fashion elements as well, including a high leg and a high-waisted bottom. Some of the suits have a cutout element and a variety of necklines, including scoop, halter, plunge, and square. They also do maternity styles, which was a lovely surprise for me. My personal favorites, I'll be wearing two suits, both in colors of the summer. Let's have a look at the first one. They call it the Italian cami one-piece bathing suit, and it comes in regular or long torso. I love the color of this. They call it electric blue. Now, as is usual for me, I typically size up one size. So I've gone from my small, which is my usual, to a medium in both swimsuits. And I found the size to be perfect. Gave me enough length and just enough wiggle room as well. I think this is pretty in terms of its color. I love the fact that it has adjustable straps, very comfortable, and just that little bit chic. The next suit I chose, I wanted it to have a different feel to it. And because it has that cross in the back and a slightly wider strap, I thought it would appeal to a different kind of person. Perhaps someone that's looking for an ability to move more in a bathing suit, maybe to do some laps, or also who's looking for reliability in keeping that top in place. Being able to adjust those straps allows for that. I think it's very pretty, and I'm showing you the lagoon teal blue suit with a cover-up that I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. Love these two suits. Most of all, you can't beat the price. Next, I'd like to move on to plus sizes, and we'll always be focusing on the best possible quality. MIRACLESUIT is without a doubt the brand that is most highly recognized for maximum support and shaping and the highest quality in plus size swimwear. I'm going to show you 3 suits that grabbed my attention, and I think you can even tell by the images that you're really looking at beautiful quality. The first is this rust-colored suit. I couldn't help but notice how the design of the suit is entirely focused on beauty plus functionality. The movement of those crosses in the front, those lines, support the bust, create a waist, and hold in the tummy. It's simply magnificent design, to say nothing of the fact that it's a really beautiful bathing suit. Next is the navy suit, which I think is just a beautiful example of a swim dress. There's nothing bulky about it. There's nothing that isn't feminine and sexy and sculpted. It's simply a beautiful suit. And of course, the bottom of the skirt hits at just the perfect place below the hip line. It's a suit anyone would be proud to wear. And I have great confidence that if you are a plus size lady, you will look beautiful in any of these MIRACLESUIT suits. And finally, I wanted to show you that they love to create ensembles with their swimsuit line. So not only do they'll give you a beautiful option of a very pretty print, I think this purple one, but also with a matching pareo, which is another word for a cover-up. I just think the pareo creates that lovely elongation as though you were wearing a beautiful long fitted gown. Swimsuits at its best, that's MIRACLESUIT. They are simply beautiful. And I believe that they are the benchmark for quality in plus size swimwear. If you've enjoyed the video so far, do give it a like. And if you would enjoy watching more videos on the subject of aging well, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you join our very kind community. In addition to styling videos such as these, we also talk about skincare and healthy eating and available exercise. We love to share ideas that are important to those of us that are 50 plus. Thank you so much for watching. The next brand you might have heard of is Somersault. What a wonderful name for a bathing suit manufacturer. They're founded in 2017, and Somersault is known for its excellent quality, best known for creating long torso swimsuits, and also for their compression fabric. Their brand DNA is about confidence and feeling amazing in your own skin. They believe in body positivity. What a great expression. We should all be repeating that on a regular basis. It's great value, great quality, excellent fabric, to say nothing of the beautiful designs. Have a look at these 2 gorgeous suits. This suit is called the Oasis Ruffle Suit. And this is design genius. If you are a pear-shaped woman with a long torso, I would run to buy this suit. Because you're a pear shape, that means that your hips are wider than your shoulders. This lovely bathing suit adds a ruffle at the shoulder in an attempt to balance your body. That ruffle turns your body into an hourglass shape. They've added interest here to balance out your hips. Beautiful. And if you're somebody who loves the orange and fuchsia, go for it. Or if you're a bit like me, more of a black and white girl, here's the same suit in black and white. I think this Oasis ruffle is a winner, as is the brand Somersault. Next, we have the brand Swimsuits for All. It's a good quality bathing suit. They have a large range of sizes. In fact, Forbes alerted that this was the best brand for if you were looking for a very large range of sizes. I'm going to show you a beautiful example of their swim dress. I just love this black swim dress. I think it's functional and beautiful. Of course, beauty is that gorgeous plunge neckline. Functionality comes in those nice wide straps that even have little ties at the top. So if you're interested in making that wide strap a little narrower, you're free to do that. And then of course, the dress is ruched in at the waist in a very flattering way. And finally, the end of the skirt has the little bit of a ruffle, which I think is just so pretty and also draws the eye down, which I think is a beautiful aspect of this suit. Their fashion sizes are very inclusive. They go from 4 to 44. They include underwire suits as well as those that provide tummy toning. A lovely brand, Swimsuits for All. The next two brands are known for their excellent quality for bust support, and they really do specialize in this particular area. The first is Elomi. Elomi is originally a UK brand. It's currently part of the We Call Europe group and has begun to position itself as a fashion-forward lingerie and swimwear brand for fuller figures. I thought this brown, sort of a goldy brown, it has even a little bit of a shimmer in the fabric, was particularly beautiful. And I also loved the fact that at first glance, it's just a typical tank suit. But then you have the option to lift those side hip lines a little bit with those little ties. So if you want it to come further down your leg, you can do so. But if you want it to be a little bit of a higher leg style, you can tighten the tie just a little bit. I think a goldy brown color is so beautiful in the summertime with the widest variety of skin tones. This is Elomi, an excellent brand for breast support. The next brand is Bravissimo, a brand that is a very good quality UK brand and with a strong heritage, specialist fit heritage. This red bikini really grabbed me, and I think it really summarizes what Bravissimo does best. And that is that they are very cup focused. They're very experienced in developing the most secure, strong, but delicate and feminine support in the cup area. Bravissimo is a bit more trendy, as you can glean from this photo, than Elomi is, but equally as well regarded. They also carry the brands of Panache and Freya. So this is definitely a brand, Bravissimo, very good quality, focusing on excellent bust support. The performance leader for lap swimming and maximum longevity is Tyr, T-Y-R. It's for serious swimmers, and the brand that they're most famous for, the line, is Durafast. This beautiful suit here in greens and blues and blacks manages to add fashion to a high performance swimsuit. That's Tyr, a beautiful brand, very famous for its incredibly durable fabrics. I'm going to begin with the British brand Hansa G. Hansa goes way back to 1984 when Peter Meadows founded this very comfortable, amazing fabric. If you haven't seen it, I'll just give you a little quickie view of this amazing Hansa fabric. You may remember, if you saw the film Pretty Woman, that Julia Roberts starts the film in this outfit. The fabric of this dress is Hansa. That white is actually the crinkle fabric, maybe the blue as well. But it's so funny to think that way back when she was wearing a dress made out of the fabric that we more often see in swimsuits today. I love my red Hansa G suit. You'll see an image now above. It's been revived, went through a bit of a quiet spell, and then went through a revival with the creative director who added the G to Hansa G. Her name is Georgina, so that's where the G comes from. I love my suit. I love the fabric. It's very much a brand that runs on one size fits most, which is to say that to my knowledge, all of the suits are one size fits all. It does have an extraordinary stretchability. I find it's a very comfortable fabric. I really do find it stretches as necessary. Mine, of course, is a Bardo top, which I'm quite happy to have. I love that top. The only caution I would give so far as Hansa G is concerned is because the fabric is stretchy but thick, it actually takes quite a while to dry. So when I do travel with my beautiful Hansa G suit, I do make sure I take a second suit because I can't always assume that my suit will be dried overnight. I love Hansa G. It is a beautiful, beautiful brand with great quality. In fact, I bought a second piece just this season, this Burberry trimmed Bardo top, which can also be worn from the waist down if you were to choose, is another top that I just love. I wore it recently paired with a pair of brown linen trousers, and I thought it was just as effective as in everyday wear. So I'm very, very happy with that purchase. I'll also show you two other Hansa G styles. One is the one shoulder in black, which I think is a beautiful bathing suit. And the second is the Sandy Original, may well be the very first suit that they came out with. And it's in the halter neck style. I think it would be a beautiful addition to anyone's wardrobe. I just love it. You'll notice I'm wearing a fringe sarong in black. It's by the designer, same Los Angeles, and I'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to the accessories section. Love Hansa G, recommend it as a really fun, beautiful color, terrific fabric fashion brand. Next fashion brand is French and is iconic. It's been around since 1968. Not long ago, it was acquired by Chanel. The brand is Eres, E-R-E-S. The brand really transformed swimwear from seasonal beachwear to year-round luxury. It's actually the bathing suit that I'm wearing as I'm speaking to you. Eres is a beautiful French brand. I believe it's a forever brand, which is to say, you buy it once, you look after it, you have it forever. I have had this suit for more years than I care to count. I actually own, this is a one piece that I'm wearing. I actually own a two piece of basically the same suit. So I have the bra top and then I have a waist high bottom, also in black, all by Eres. I can tell you that it is an extraordinary brand. And if you're interested in shopping for Eres, I would keep my eye open for the July sales on Net-a-Porter. I often notice that they have the Erez swimsuits, even the classical styles, marked down for the summer sale. So I recommend it. The other item that I'm wearing that is Erez is the cover-up, and I'm just gonna stand up a little bit. I'll just show you what I mean. I am currently wearing the cover-up as a skirt. It comes to my waist, but it's possible for me to pull it up and transform the skirt into a jersey dress. And then I can easily pull it back down and it transforms into a skirt. And I want to feel comfortable wearing something that I can wear from the pool or the ocean directly to the restaurant. I'll be most comfortable doing that if I have this cover-up by Erez. I own it in the black, as you can see. It's available this year in black, but also in green and blue. Green and blue are definitely the colors of this 2026 summer season. This jersey cover-up, which can also double as a dress in the summertime, is quality. It's a luxury piece, but it is true that it has amazing stretch and you will have it for years and years to come. I'm very careful to rinse it out after I've taken it to the beach or to the pool, just with cold water, and I let it air dry, just to make sure it doesn't have any effects of salt from the ocean or chlorine from the pool. I love the brand Erez and recommend it most highly. Some other modern swimsuits brands I'm loving would certainly be the brand Same Los Angeles. You recall that that's the brand that manufactured the beautiful cover-up with fringe in black that I was wearing on top of my red Hansa G bathing suit. The quality of the cover-up is exceptional. I find if I give it a double knot, which is easy to do, it does not budge. I genuinely believe that it too will be a forever piece in my wardrobe. I'd also like to show you a couple of my favorite swimsuit pieces in the Same Los Angeles line for the summertime. First is this lovely yellow polka dot one-piece bathing suit. I do love polka dots in a bathing suit, and I think this one is particularly beautiful. And the second piece is also polka dot. It's a strapless one-piece navy suit with white polka dots. I just think it's lovely. It has a number of color combinations. The quality of Same is very, very good in my experience. So they're definitely pieces that I would keep on my wish list for summer 2026. You may be familiar with the Frankie shop. It's certainly a brand I always keep my eye on. Well, on their summer website, they've included two brands, that are not their own, and they're terrific brands, so I feel I really want to point them out to you. The first is the brand Loulou de Saison, a brand I love, and they are showing this gorgeous classic zip up the front swimsuit in both black and red. I think this is a really fun, very chic bathing suit. And secondly, there's a bathing suit by Coperni, that I think is gorgeous. It's a very geometric, interesting architectural one-shoulder swimsuit in black. I think it's stunning. Love both Loulou de Saison, which I believe is a French brand, and Coperni, which I believe is Italian. Don't quote me, but they're both European brands. I want to make sure I add more affordable cover-ups to my list of things I love for the summer. Now, when I go on holiday, I will always make sure that I have a linen shirt in my bag. Often it's a men's small linen shirt that I picked up from H&M or wherever. It doesn't have to be a special linen. It's just that it's a little bit oversized. It's lightweight. I can roll the sleeves. It covers up what I want to cover up, and I can wear it to the bar to get a drink or whatever and not feel self-conscious. Love a big linen shirt in a men's size. I find it does a great cover-up job. Next, I wanted to point out a couple that I found on Amazon that I thought were worth knowing about. The first is a long shirt that buttons all the way down. Affordable price, comes in a variety of colors. Also, the next cover up is a caftan in kind of a rich brown. I thought that was a very practical shape and color for those of you that like neutral swimwear. I thought this would be a gorgeous addition. Love the white linen caftan at Tuckernuck. I think it could be a cover up. I think it could also be a lovely summer dress. Has beautiful quality fabric. It's 40% linen. It just struck me as beautiful. I love the gold clasps. I love the wide sleeve. I just think it's a very simple, elegant white dress. Love it. I'll quickly now just review some of my favorite brands of sandals. Really good quality. I've had them for years. The first is Ancient Greek. I own a pair in gold and in black. They are my go-to sandals when I want to wear something that's flat, comfortable, and chic. I have a pair of Hermes Oran sandals, which I love, and I've worn them for many, many years. I also can recommend buying dupes of the Hermes Oran sandals from a brand called Dune, D-U-N-E. I will link it in the description box below. And finally, my favorite pair of simple black leather flip-flops are by the brand A. Emery. I spoke to a viewer recently asking me what size I wore, and I wanted to share that with you. Typically, my shoe size is 38.5 European, 8.5 in the US. But I found when I checked the size on my A. Emery black leather flip-flops that it's a 38. Which would translate into an 8 US. So it only is sold on whole sizes, and I actually sized down rather than sizing up. I hope that's useful. Next, I just wanted to mention, I mentioned this in another video, my Tuckernuck hat is scrunchable. I love that. There's nothing worse than having to worry about your hat while you're traveling in a car or in a plane. This is totally scrunchable. I think it's almost difficult to destroy. Love the hat. I think it's very flattering, and it's also quite protecting. I feel as though my face is definitely in shadow, as well as some of my chest when I'm wearing this beautiful hat. Finally, my 3 favorite bags for summer. The first is the cheapest. It's this Zara bag. It's a chocolate fringe bag. It doesn't hold a huge amount, but I think it's very cute, and I love having a bag that I don't care about whether it gets wet or not. Second is J. McLaughlin. I always check out their website for summer wicker bags. I think they do it beautifully. I love the one this year, comes in neutral as well as navy. Love that. And finally, my favorite big carry bag for the summertime is by Dragon Diffusion. It's the Nantucket large woven leather bag. I have it in black. I've had it for many, many, many years. Very well made. It's a bit of a luxury item, but one that is an investment that you will have forever. It's a style that will never go out of style. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you found it useful. Do leave me a comment if you found anything at all to be helpful, or if you come with knowledge that you'd like me to share with our beautiful subscribers. I am always happy to share any knowledge that you have to share with all of our viewers. Thank you so much. I do hope you're well. Get up, get dressed, be happy. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.